I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Good morning, everybody. This Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, for our regular meeting. Can I please get a motion to approve our agenda this morning?
So moved. Second.
I've got a motion and a second. Alicia, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Putnam?
Yes.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Otten?
Yes.
Aaron's?
Yes.
Landine?
Yes, motion carries. Next, we have our consent agenda. Is there anyone on the commission or in the audience that would like to have an item removed from consent this morning? If not, can I get a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second. Otten.
Got a motion and a second. If there's no discussion, Alicia, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Putnam?
Yes.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Otten?
Yes.
Aaron's?
Yes.
Landine?
Yes, motion carries. Next, moving on to regular business. Item number 1, notice of intent to raffle per SDCL 222525 for the Lincoln County Fairgrounds Foundation.
Yep, and Paul Anderson, Commission Administrative Assistant. I have Wendy here. This is just a notice to the commission, but Wendy is here representing the Fairgrounds Foundation if you have any questions.
All right. Wendy, do you want to fill us in on the raffle?
Sure. Wendy Sweeter with the 4-H Department. This is for the Lincoln County Fairgrounds Foundation for the Raising the Roof fundraiser that they've done every year. This year it'll be March 7th, and the last few years they've done a gun raffle. In here it has a couple more guns listed, I think, but then what they're actually raffling, they're going to raffle a Legacy Pointer 12 gauge over-under shotgun and the Savage Axis XP 308 rifle. And the tickets are $20 a piece. They'll be raffled on March 7th. No ammo will be there, and no guns can go home with the winner until they have had all the paperwork and background checks done with the broker.
All right. Anybody have any questions for Wendy? All right, thanks, Wendy. Next item on our agenda is a motion to approve and authorize the chair to execute an agreement with the city of Lenox to transfer a road segment.
Morning, Commission. Terry Floyd, Highway Department. Several months ago, I received a call, an email from Nate Vanderplatz, City of Lenox. They're looking to expand on the west side of Lenox. And in doing so, they're looking for access. Well, access won't conform where they wanted it to what our policy is. So we started negotiating, and it didn't take very much. I sent them over a draft agreement for taking the road. They kind of did a few things in it, and we came to an agreement really quick. So they're looking to take over from, it's 465th Avenue, which is County Road 103. Like I said, it's on the very west side of runs north and south on the west side of Lenox. They're going to take it over from State Highway 44 on the south side. And then the north side, it's going to be all the way up by Quakers, right before that curve, right at that curve to the railroad tracks. They're going to take it from there. So basically what this agreement is we will transfer jurisdiction of this thing to them right away. As soon as I can get it through with the DOT. And then we will maintain the surface of this. We have a couple projects in there. If you read through there, a couple projects that we'll be doing. Got a mill and an overlay, and we got a surface treatment that we'll have to do in the upcoming years. I think the agreement ends 2032 is when the agreement ends. Then they'll take over doing the maintenance. So again, it's just basically it's an agreement for them to take. They'll have all right of way. Any use of the property along there, and then all we're doing is maintaining the surface. So we are looking to get this signed today. The city of Lennox has signed it a few weeks ago, so.
All right. Any commissioners have questions for
Yes.
Terry? Go ahead.
Now, they're gonna 100% take over the maintenance and everything, so resolves the county of any cost of taking care of the road from here on out?
By 2032,
2032?
after 2032, or after, in January 1 of 2032 is when they will accept responsibility for the maintenance on this.
Really?
So we're gonna maintain this thing until then. We're maintaining the surface of this road. And inside this agreement, we have a mill and an overlay. Basically, we do a 1-inch mill and we do a 2-inch overlay on that, on the road section. And then 2 years after that, we'll have to do a asphalt treatment on it, chip seal or micro seal. I think we have a micro in here, so.
Is this more than a mile?
No, it's, I'm sure, I think it's right, maybe at a mile, maybe just shy of a mile. So, and Nate is here, if you have,
Commissioners, Nate Vanderplat, City of Lennox. I'd say it's probably about 5,000 feet, so it's just shy of a mile.
Drew, have you reviewed the agreement?
It was reviewed by legal in consultation with Terry.
Okay, thank you.
Nate, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Just out of curiosity, what is it that you guys want to do that requires the transfer from the county to the city?
So if you look at the county's access regulations, I think it's 1,000 feet is where you can see accesses onto your highways. As the city becomes modernized, obviously, you're going to have intervals more like 300 feet for city blocks. So that's what this would allow us to do. It's probably something that we should have taken over a while ago. I think Terry would have preferred we take it over a while ago, because we've been annexed on the east side of this road for decades. West side of the road, we've been serving all the utilities on the west side for decades, and we've annexed, probably 30 acres or so on the west side of the road in recent years.
You know, Nate, we have some more roads too, if you're,
Yeah, I'll let T and Harrisburg take the
Well, it
rest.
really doesn't make much difference if we got to take care of them.
thank you, Nate.
Nate, aren't there some housing stuff that you're anticipating out there as well?
Yes, we recently approved one preliminary plan for multifamily housing on the west side of Cleveland. That's our primary concern, because that's where we're going to need access. We have land purchased on the east side as well by a developer to do another smaller multifamily housing development. And I don't know if anybody's read through our most recent housing study, but that's our risk area. That's where we're missing the market. And to be able to have two developers come in within a few months of that housing study completion it's a good deal for us. It's going to help out a lot.
Who's gonna be deciding the speed limit along there in the meantime if we're gonna be putting in a bunch of driveways?
that's gonna be up to the city.
It will be.
Yep, because
Okay.
all we're doing is maintaining the surface of the road,
Okay.
so.
So why not until 2032?
So, several years ago, it's like 2022, we did the second agreement with the city of T. And in that agreement, we, gave them 1 full mile and then 2 half-mile segments, so 2 miles in total. And that's kind of what we had came up to as a starting point. We would do 7 years of maintenance. And again, that's kind of, and then if there's any projects that they are requesting, that we would do those projects as part of our projects when we do a project. And the reason is, they want money. And there's no more money to give. I'm not sure I'm sure several of the commissioners are aware, we already have 2 agreements in place, one with Harrisburg, one with the city of T, where we are dumping, I don't know, $250,000 a year to give them roadways. So, and I know when, in 2021, 22, when we first, when T wanted to take more roads over, they said, well, we kind of want a deal like we had before. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you do. I said, but there's no more money. There's no more money to give. I said, you want access to it, then you need to take it. And then this is our part that we're gonna do. You can have all control of this road from right of way to right of way, day one after it's signed. And then all I'm doing is maintaining the surface of the road. So, we came to an agreement with T on that, and that's a starting point that I use, with all the municipalities I've been dealing with, is, starting at that 7-year point.
Who's gonna be doing the snow removal there
We
then?
will.
Okay.
We will until 2032, when they take it.
Jerry.
Other questions from the commission?
Just want to further address Commissioner Otten's question. You know, from our perspective, when we take over a road, we want it to be of similar build and structure to what our design standards are. That's the reason we would want to do a mill and overlay and a seal prior to us taking it over. Understanding that you're already over-programmed in your highway budget, that's why we're fine stretching that out, so that you can fit it into your highway budget over time, rather than, this year having an unprogrammed addition of a mill and overlay or slurry seal that you'd have to come up with the money for.
Question. Why would you, if you're taking the road, why wouldn't you move the snow?
We can move the snow.
Yeah, I mean, that just, to me, seems kind of odd that we give you a road and then we have to move the snow for 7 years.
Terry, if you're talking about that, don't you just turn off a Highway 18 and go straight up, and then you have 102 or something over to Highway 44 again? Because you got.
Yeah, so currently we have 3 miles
Yeah.
of County Road 103.
Yep.
1 mile that runs from 44 to the north, and then it curves around and goes to the west,
Yep.
and it connects back up to 44 on the west. And then we
So
have
it's just
another-
kind of a loop.
Yeah, yep. So,
All right, any other questions from the commission? If not, I'll take public input on the agenda item. If there is none, can I get a motion?
I move for approval.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, Alicia, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Putnam?
Well, yes, I guess.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Otten?
Yes.
Aaron's?
Yes.
Landine?
Yes, motion carries. Thank you. Next item is to consider a motion to select a consultant for the 2026 bridge inspections.
next item I have is, again, we do this every year. We have to have bridge inspections done every year. This year, I believe we are on township roads. I believe there's gonna be about 87 structures this year to be inspected. This is from the DOT, it's a resolution from the DOT. Again, there's federal funds that are available for this as well. This is just stating that we will be selecting IMEG consultants to do our road inspections.
All right, anybody have any questions for our highway superintendent?
What portion of the feds are paying for that?
80%.
80%? That's pretty good. And thank you for not paying out anymore to the other towns and stuff, as you previously said. I heard that before and I thought, God, that's crazy. But you got it under control. Thank you.
All right, if there are no questions from the commission for Terry, is there any public input on this agenda item? If not, can I get a motion, please?
Move for approval.
Thank you. Is there a
Second.
second? Thank you. Got a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, Alicia, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Putnam?
Yes.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Otten?
Yes.
Aaron's?
Yes.
Landine?
Yes, motion carries.
Thank
Next,
you.
we have a presentation from our auditor regarding the budget process and board action to approve our fiscal year 2027 budget calendar and planning cycle.
Good morning, Sherry Lund, Lincoln County Auditor. I am coming before you today with the 2027 budget calendar. I know we're excited, we're getting ready to start that process again. Whew. All right, so just going through here, the budget committee, who is made up of Paul Anderson, Jim Schmidt, Michelle Burkhart, and myself, and Toby Brown, kind of went through the planning calendar, and we're going to change things up a little bit because we feel that it's a better way to do the budget. So the calendar that we've come up with is kind of what we're looking at. So I'll go through each day, kind of deadline. So February through April, we're going to have department program service presentations. That's when your department heads will come into you, talk to you about what they're going to need for 2027, which could include vehicles, employees, software. They're going to kind of go do the overview like they did last year of their department, what happened last year, what's happening this year, what's happening next year. Then by April 15th, material change request, which would be new employees, vehicles, or software would need to be submitted to the auditor's office to be part of the budget budget packet. April 30th, the budget worksheets will be due to the auditor's office. That will be from the department heads. Then the 1st through the 14th, the budget committee will do a peer review of the budget worksheets to make sure that anything doesn't look, out of whack, or just so that we have an idea of what's going on with it. On the 15th, the budget reports will be emailed to the commissioners. And then the 16th through the 28th, the department heads and the commission liaisons will have a preliminary budget discussions. That's when you guys will have an opportunity to sit down with your departments, talk to them about what they want, what they need, and make sure that everybody's on the same page. May 26th, the auditor's annual report for transactions in the previous year will happen. That will be the review of the 2025. Basically, it's a review of the annual report that was submitted. June 4th, the auditor's budget presentation to the county. That will be the budget presentation in whole to the county. So I'm hoping that by that time, you have worked with your liaisons to kind of come up, make sure that everybody's on the same page. Then June 23rd, we'll have a budget work session. The commission will have an opportunity to discuss if this is where they want to go, if this is the direction that they want the budget to be in, if there's any changes that they want to see to the budget. July 14th will be the last commission meeting date to approve an opt-out. I'm not saying we need one, I'm just saying that's your opportunity. That would be your date for the opt-out. July 14th will be the final review of the provisional budget in preparation for July 28th adoption. So if there's no changes to the budget from the 23rd meeting, then we probably won't have anything on the agenda for budget discussions. July 28th, we'll have the adoption of the provisional, remembering that the adoption of the provisional only means this is what we're going to present at the hearing in September. It's not passing the budget, it's just what's going to go to the public for their hearing. Then September 1st, we have the public hearing. And I know that everybody wants to have the public hearings on the night meeting, but statutorily, we have to have it the first Tuesday in September. Not saying that it has to be adopted that day, not saying that we can't push it off to a public hearing but the first public hearing has to be on September 1st. And then September 22nd will be the final adoption date for the 2027 budget. On the agenda, you'll see that I attached what we would kind of like to have for the lineup of departments that will be coming through February to April to discuss their budgets. And basically what I would like from you today is your approval for the budget calendar and to keep moving forward with it.
Thank you. Commission have any questions for our auditor? All right, if not, is there any public input on the agenda item? All right, can I get a motion to approve this calendar?
Otten.
Is there a second?
Approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, Alicia, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Putnam?
Yes.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Otten?
Yes.
Aaron's?
Yes.
Landine?
Yes.
Madam
motion-
Chair?
Just a second. Sherry, can you come up? There's some stuff going on in legislature having to do with circulating petitions.
Yep.
Just an FYI.
Yeah, do you want me to do that during public comment, or do you want me to do it now?
You
or
can
does it
just
matter?
you can just do it now.
Okay, so yesterday at the, during the House Committee, there was a 1095B that was presented, What 1095B does is it aligns the schools, the cities, and the counties with the deadlines. Currently, the cities have a starting petition date of yesterday, and the county has it of January 1st. Now with everybody having the election on the same day, this bill gets everything together. The big problem is not a big problem-ish, is the deadline is going to move from March 31st for the petition deadline till, we're hoping, till March 17th, which would be the third Tuesday in March. So that cuts off the time for you to pass petitions by about a week. But what it does do is it gives the auditors it would be the auditors, an opportunity to review the petitions, the Secretary of State's office an opportunity to verify their petitions, any legal action that would be because of lawsuits for ballot issues or whatever they have to do. Because we have to have the ballots in our possession for absentee voting to start by April 17th. The March 31st deadline is too tight. It's way too tight. We will not have the ballots in office by the 17th. So that's what the request is. So I'm just bringing that up there so that anybody who's passing a petition or whatever, to keep an eye on that legislation, because when it moves, it's going to move fast. And know that the date could change from March 31st till March 17th.
Thank you for that.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a comment. I just want to say, back to the budget situation, I want to congratulate and commend our auditor for taking the process and making it a very much a logical procession. I think that we have made this much clearer, and I think it gives the commission ample time to review, but also it gives your department heads a great deal of time. So congratulations to our auditor for taking that lead, and I think it's a good example for other counties to follow.
Thank you, Commissioner Schmidt. We'll move on to our opportunity for public comment for items not on the agenda.
Good morning, Commission.
Good morning.
Chad Skiles from Canton. I'm just going to piggyback a little bit off of Sherry's with this nominating petition and a bill that's out in Pier. And I just want to go on record as saying, while I appreciate the work that our auditors have to do in the process, I vehemently oppose shortening the petition circulation time. It's already hard enough to get people to get involved in the political process, to run for office, and by shortening the amount of time to be able to circulate petitions and get signatures, I feel is only going to make things more difficult and probably make it harder to convince people to run for different, and I'm talking from, the legislature all the way down to, local boards and school boards and city commissions. And my opinion is that's a bad bill that's limiting citizen participation and interaction. So I certainly am tracking that bill, and I certainly hope that it goes down. Thank you.
Thank you. Other public comment today? All right, if not, any commission report, or we'll do the commission office report. I'm sorry, Paul.
Paul Anderson, Commission Administrative Assistant. Two just kind of quick things today. One, just a brief rundown of the legislature this week besides what was already mentioned. This morning actually, in the House Taxation Committee, Senate Bill 12 passed by a unanimous vote, and so will be placed on the next House of Representatives consent calendar. So that is a bill that Commissioners Otten and Aaron's kind of spearheaded. And then in the Senate was very busy with stuff related to us. Yesterday, Senate Bill 89 passed committee as in an amended form. This was a bill originally to require counties to provide emergency medical services, and then to create task force to study the funding thereof. In committee, it was amended to remove the requirement to provide services, and we'll just be looking to create a task force to study counties providing emergency medical services. So something to keep an eye on related to a lot of the work that's been going on. There were, this morning, there are three open meetings bills. Two kind of relate to the county, Senate Bill 46 and 47. Both of them include stuff we already do as standard practice, but just something to keep an eye on. There's multiple Senate election bills up tomorrow in Senate State Affairs. Senate Bill, in Senate taxation tomorrow, Senate Bill 126 looks to increase the amount of value exempt from property taxes for disabled veterans and surviving spouses. That bill looks to raise the limit from $250,000 exempt from property taxes to $350,000 evaluation. 144, property tax relief to senior owner occupied homeowners that are older than 65, have owned and occupied that house for more than 10 years, and are 25-year residents of the state. And Senate Bill 154, which would make all ancillary buildings classified as owner occupied if they're related to residential activities of an owner occupied property. Right now, I think the state law only allows one garage to be classified as owner occupied, and all other outbuildings are classified as other. And then one other update, which it was very, kind of struck me and was pretty cool. Last week, I think I was attending or listening to the Southeastern Behavioral Health Board meeting. The county is a advisory board member, so we get to listen and kind of see how things are going there. And they mentioned that they had a resident that was selected to participate in the Special Olympics for Special Olympics USA for softball. And they just sent me a note about here. Josh has been selected to represent South Dakota at the 2026 Special Olympics USA Games. He began receiving services from Southeastern Directions for Life, Southeastern Behavioral, in 2015 while attending school in the Canton School District. So he's a local Canton kid. And his journey since then has been nothing short of inspiring. Over the years, Josh has shown dedication, determination, and a true love of competition through his involvement in Special Olympics. He has participated in a wide range of sports, including softball, bowling, powerlifting, basketball, track and field, always giving his best and pushing himself to grow as an athlete. Earning a spot in the Special Olympics USA game is no small feat. Josh applied for the team and was ultimately selected by a committee, an achievement that reflects his hard work, commitment, and passion for sports. And the Special Olympic USA Games will take place this June 20th through the 26th in Minnesota, and it will bring together 4,000 athletes, 1,500 coaches, 10,000 volunteers, and more than 75,000 fans. So just a shout out to Josh from Canton and Southeastern Behavioral Health for all the good work they do, and a nice, fun, inspiring story.
Thank you, Paul, for that.
Thank you. All right, next we'll move on to commissioner reports. Commissioner Putnam, is there a report you'd like to make today?
Planning and zoning, a lot of stuff going on, nothing as this moment, but a lot of stuff around 85th Street and down around and Fairview. And yet to be divulged, I guess. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Schmidt?
We had ICAP meeting, we had a follow-up. ICAP is setting up a foundation for the purpose of raising money so that in the event of a government shutdown, many of their programs, which are driven by the Congress appropriations, so if some of those, if there's a shutdown and there's no money, that they have some resources available to continue serving, and that's Head Start, Meals on Wheels, and, things like that, and run Heartland House. So those are, and it's a fledgling organization, and it's been interesting to be on the ground level of that, and I'll give you further reports. I would like to also take a personal privilege of wishing our chair happy birthday. It's a little premature, but our Chair is going to have a birthday this week, so on Thursday, if you're so inclined, give her a shout out. She's going to shoot me for this. Anyway, happy birthday, premature, Madam Chair.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for not singing.
Oh, he can still sing.
Commissioner Otten, any report you'd like to make today?
Yes, I'd like to just address the elephant in the room. That referendum to the proposed data center in Sioux Falls failed by quite a bit. They needed 6,704 signatures, and they only got 5,012.
All right, thank you for that report. Commissioner Aaron's, any report you'd like to make? Okay. Just a quick update on the courthouse this month, where they're gonna be installing wood doors and hardware up on the third floor, completing the third floor ceiling and grid installation, and then second floor painting is gonna be happening. And, they'll continue with the metal paneling installation up on the top of the courthouse. So, more to come on that. All right, if there's no other reports to make, Drew, do we need an executive session? All right, then I just need a motion to adjourn. I've got a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second, Otten.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none. We're adjourned. Thank you.